I'm not gonna be Mafia, please.
Yeah, I want to be Town too.
Okay, so if any of you guys can't make it for another game, please leave now. All right, you're all staying. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Right, we'll fix player names in a little bit. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3,
13.
8, 13. Okay. So with 13 people, oh, and also we are not doing Mafia can type in Mafia chat again. That is a fucking mess. We're never doing that again.
Too
ever.
strong?
I think it was too strong.
It's super
honestly.
strong.
No, seriously,
but
I
even
wanna
they didn't
say- I
actually
wanna say
talk about
something
that much
legit
in there.
right now.
But it's still
Wait, what?
it drags things on and it.
I want to say something right
complicates
now.
things too much.
No,
Did you say
can I
Mafia
like?
was allowed to communicate?
Can
Yeah,
I?
a
Yeah,
little bit.
that's why that game was so fucked up.
No,
Hello?
it's not
Oh my
really. If you
God.
look at the
I
Mafia
think
log,
so.
they didn't talk about that much.
Can I
That's
say
so
something?
bullshit.
Go for
Yeah,
it, Tim.
Tim has something to say. Tim?
I actually think at this point it's like, okay, it's not a personal attack, but I think it's indirectly inconsiderate to drag a game on that long. Like, it's everyone is sitting and we've only played 2 like if this was the 3rd or 4th game, that's fine. But now we're averaging 2 games a night. And like obviously this is a highlight for me every week. And you know, if I die first round every night, that's fine. But there are a lot of other people who are waiting to play. And I think if we're doing two games a night, especially the last game, where
I think we should go strictly first time.
okay, Mafia played well,
I
but
would
there were a
say-
lot of bad townie plays.
Can I explain something
Hold
real
on, let
quick?
Tim finish.
No,
let
no,
Tim
no, no,
finish.
no. I'm not gonna say it was not Mafia's fault, but like, I blow up for a reason, and it's not to be funny. It's actually to move the town along.
And I'm really mad that you used my name for that, you little
And
cunt.
I'm just gonna say, you're not the fucking Batman. There's only one Batman. And everyone who's trying to play the world's greatest detective needs to shut the fuck up and fucking lynch some bitches.
All right, Ryan, what were you trying to say?
So what I was going to say is, in the end game, if Unctious was say checking people and they were coming out as Mafia, they would be very angry and like, no, Unctious fake cop. We were playing it smart. We weren't trying to drag it on. We were just trying to make people go quietly into the night instead of like super angrily.
No, it
Dude,
was
Unctuous
dumb that they
checks were
didn't
dull.
kill you. His checks were dumb.
Hey, can we
Yeah.
just get the
Play
game
was
started?
dumb.
Unctuous,
Yeah.
why were you saying like why would you go?
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah, if I'm gonna
Chat,
play
I'm
another
gonna run
game,
a
I need
quick
to start
commercial
right now.
to reset the
Mafia,
clock.
checks coming out.
Fuck, I accidentally hit that button already. Whoops, whatever. Okay, so with this many people, we're gonna do what? 3 Mafia or 2 Mafia?
3-1.
3-1-1.
3-1-1. Okay, we're gonna do 3-1-1 and a vigilante.
Yeah,
Gonna make town
yeah.
really
How
strong.
many people is this?
I
It's
don't
like
care if
11.
it's town
Is
crow.
it enough?
I think that's too towny. If you have a cop and a medic and only
That's
one
fine.
KP.
Cop Vidge.
Okay, cop Vig, no
Yeah.
medic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant by 3-1-1.
That was the worst thing I've ever experienced.
That was the worst game.
I'm gonna go get water.
Can't believe
That's
they
my
didn't
plan
kill
of action.
Unctious. It's fucking ridiculous.
I told
Somehow
you.
Alan was the most pro town. Somehow.
Yeah, it
Him lynched.
Okay.
I wanted him lynched. Day 1 or 2,
I-
something like
I
that.
voted him to kill him.
I'm just
Me
mad
too.
because
I was,
it
even
wasn't
though
good
I was
Mafia,
I was
bad
the proest
town.
town. I was the proest town, like no matter
You,
what.
you
So
started
kill
to be
Unctious.
the proest town. You
Should've
started to
killed
be the
Unctious.
proest town. After I died, you started being the proest town. Before that,
And I fucking called out Bregor too, man.
hey Eric, you were completely wrong about me and Kimball.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
But my
Eric, you're
question
okay.
is, why does
reads were
everybody
terrible.
just tunnel? Everybody tunnels on like 2 people. It's like those are your only 2 you can
I
follow.
mean, it's
Yeah.
I thought
It's
I
easy
thought
to
it
do
was
that.
pretty obvious that there was a pretty big circle of innocence between me, Kimball, and ZNF that should have been brought to light.
I don't know. A lot of people voted for you guys, so I don't see how.
Well, no, Kimball
source-
died at night though. Kimball died at night.
Right, but
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying
did.
for you, there were a lot of people that voted.
Man.
That's because
I know.
Storzerg always seems like
Oh,
Mafia.
Brian, after
Yes,
carrying
it
you
did.
game 1, I appreciate the carry back. That was really appreciated.
Oh, no problem, bro. That was a lot of Unctious, man. He was
I know.
playing that shit up.
Yeah.
I thought
was a
I thought-
sick play,
I thought
though.
Ryan was dead for sure when the vote for Xena failed. I thought Ryan was dead for sure on that.
Same. I
Okay,
was gonna go to
I
Ryan.
have figured out the roles. I want everyone to go to sleep. We're gonna throw up the nighttime overlay. And we are going to get this ball rolling. So move this over here. You and you.
Oh fuck.
Can you mute yourself, please?
Oh, it's nighttime. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Sleep.
And there we go. So everyone has been assigned roles. Please double check your roles. Confirm them. Mafia, remember, we have 1 kill power for 2 kill power? Do you guys want to do 1 KP or 2 KP?
1.
Okay, 1 KP for Mafia. Yeah. And no talking in chat, Mafia. Mafia, make your kills, please. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. How are you guys doing in chat? Mafia cannot communicate. Mafia can just say names. Names, yes, no. Okay, everybody please wake up with the exception of Unctious. Unctious is dead.
Yes.
Surprise,
Yes.
surprise.
That seems like more revenge.
That's a pity.
Says that was justified, and I'm actually not that upset about that.
So a townie is definitely Mafia this time.
So I'm actually kind of sad. I was gonna formal him instantly.
If I were Vigi, I would
All
have
of the
killed
other
him.
ones.
Theory, I was gonna say new theory that Mafia killed him and Kayla shot him as Vigi.
Formal
I
on the other Mafia guys.
That was like, I was like, please give me Vigi so I can kill him. Oh.
Alright, so there's no information that we can draw from that. So, yeah.
I think there's a lot of information to draw from that.
Yeah, I mean,
The
there's really
Unctious
not.
is scum.
There's
That's
the
what we can
out of
do.
all the one night kills, this is the least information that could ever be gained out of a one.
It's kind of the
first night kill.
obvious one.
Yeah, Unctious is just
Yeah.
a piece of shit. Like that's what we thought.
The biggest scum.
Everybody hates him.
Hey, get out of here! You're dead.
Hey, you're dead. You're dead.
Pretty much everyone except Ryan would have killed him.
Yeah.
I think Ryan
would have killed him.
Ryan might have killed him anyway.
No, there's no way. I was actually just sending him a tweet. 'Cause, I was very pleased with the game last time, so I definitely would not have killed him.
That's the alibi.
So here we are.
Well,
Day
you may
one
not
again.
have wanted to kill him, but
Should I just come back in 50 minutes and do the vote for whoever you guys pick?
No, let's please not have
Could you just
Why
not come
don't
back
we
at all? We'll
just
have the
kill
video
someone
kill you.
right away?
Yeah, as long as they win
hey,
again.
Chef,
Uh,
give me a name.
the name? Let's pressure Richard. Let's see what he is.
Okay.
Alright, so I mean there's nothing that I can really tell right now because it's like the first day and Unctious died. I mean
Do you see?
I really don't think that we can draw anything from that.
Responding now?
What?
Do you seem a little bit more nervous now for some reason?
No. Well, there's nothing that I can go off of anymore.
Richard,
Like,
I mean,
at least last game.
Richard, you're reading really Mafia right now. So unless you say something, we're gonna break you.
Well, I'm town, and
We're gonna
you
water
really
the shit
shouldn't
out
kill
of you,
me.
Richard.
It's Shark Week and we smell blood
That's
in the water.
illegal in the U.S., bro. We gotta go to like Cuba for that shit.
What?
For what?
Waterboarding.
NSA can listen.
Ryan, who's your gut read?
I'm just gonna say, like, Shet's just pressured me 2 games in a row. Maybe because he's a douchebag.
No, I think Chef is pressuring you because
Fair enough.
you never talk and you don't help town no matter what we do.
Good point.
Yeah, last game, good example.
To be fair, Chef called all 3 Mafia last game before.
Yeah, he called
Yeah.
all 4.
So that's like -5 points for you, Richard.
But Richard was innocent last game, right?
Well, he
mean,
also lost the game for town because he didn't say anything.
That's because once he was confirmed town, he literally just sat there and
And
silent.
he
Yeah,
should
it-
just,
it's
then
like
he's no
it's like a
good. He's no better
generalized
dead.
mafia.
We should
He's
leave
no better
it in the
dead.
past. This is your chance to get like new credit, Richard.
Yeah, doesn't
Man
Chef
up.
look like the Godfather though? Let's just be honest.
In that big chair.
No.
He's in a
Let's
big
keep the
chair.
discussion
All
on
right, all
topic.
right,
Huge
all right. So Sheth is pushing me a lot more than he did the last game. And he was town last game.
He's
Yeah,
already
last
I mean,
game-
he's
back.
Mafia this game,
Last game he only dropped the one-liner. Now
and he's
kinda
pushing me
going
like
harder.
way more now. So why is that?
Probably because he's pissed after sitting around for that game. Although honestly, every time I've
I
seen
want
you
to
play,
hear
you
from
don't
Sheth.
really
I
add
want to hear
much.
from Sheth.
Oh, really?
No, hey. The waterboard's on you now, bro.
Yeah, I'm asking why he's
No,
pushing
no,
me
no,
way
no,
more
no,
than
No,
he
no,
did
no,
the
no,
last
no,
game.
no, no. That's pushing the waterboard on Chef. We're waterboarding you right now.
Well,
You
there's
can't
no.
talk
Like
while
you
you're
know what
drowning.
waterboarding actually
Even in the
is.
room right
You know,
now.
it's actually a cloth, and they just basically drown you without
Yes.
drowning.
Yeah,
We've also-
Let's not, like I said, let's not say things the
She
government
knows.
can listen to.
she knows. She was in the military. She knows.
Yeah, exactly, Carlo.
I'm good at it.
For everyone listening,
What?
that's a joke. She was not
All right.
involved in any waterboarding anyway.
Okay, so
Dude,
Richard,
the
right now,
NSA
right
Mr.
off the
NSA,
bat, this is what I
Yeah,
want to say.
classified.
What I've learned from last game is when there's mass confusion, which I'm not going to allow in this city, is Mafia constantly deflects. And you just deflected the first major time right now, so it's not looking good.
What? No, I'm saying.
I'll say this every time that I've played with
because he's
Richard.
pushing me more.
No, every time that
played
I've
with me
played
like
with Richard,
twice.
he's been Mafia, and every time he's deflected it back to someone else, no matter what he does.
Richard,
played
you,
twice.
you mention Chef one more time, and there's gonna be
Okay,
stake through
I'm
your heart,
town.
man.
I'm town.
Talk-
There. I'm not deflecting. I'm town.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you for one read, and it's not gonna be Chef.
Okay.
Who is your read?
Damn,
My
Tim, you're
read
going hard.
Is my read is Peter. There you go.
Okay.
He said
Okay.
0 words so far.
No, Peter's
I
what?
said like 3 words.
Are you saying Peter's Mafia?
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Stories
Tim.
are-
Peter?
Oh,
Bruce.
That's
okay.
okay.
Oh,
Who is that person?
Sachi.
what?
Sachi. Okay.
Yeah.
He's new guy from last week.
What
Oh,
Chef?
nice.
2 weeks
No, he's
ago.
been
2
around
weeks
longer
ago.
than that. Yeah.
2 weeks
He
ago.
looks familiar. I just didn't know.
I
his
didn't
name.
play last week.
New guy last week was Carlton's friend.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Was I not here last week? Oh, I was here last week.
You were not
No,
here last week.
no,
Was
you
I
were
not
here?
there
No,
when
you
I
were.
was
Where
there
was
2
I?
weeks ago.
Can we get on topic? Chef had a question for me, I think.
Did you?
Oh, I mean, like, you guys are fine talking about your thing. I just wanted to ask Storzer, because last game he was completely quiet, and this game he's talked a little bit more. But I think it's easier to talk when there's less people, too. So I just
Yeah,
want to
I'd
hear
agree.
if you're going to be more active this game, because last game you were quiet, didn't work out too well for us.
Storzerg was active.
I think
He
I
was
was
more than
decently
me.
active, but I wasn't being, I guess, as controlling as I've been in previous games, or I guess.
You didn't formal madly
Obnoxious.
like a bull.
Hey,
he
I
said
was
he was
gonna.
gonna formal unctuous, right?
I had my formal button ready for unctuous. I swear to God, I had it ready.
He
I
should have
swear.
died.
But no, no, I'll probably formal somebody in the next 10 minutes. Does that make you feel better?
I want to hear from Eric.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything. I was about to say that, you son of a bitch.
He's emotionally exhausted.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
just mad,
I know the
but-
feeling.
From sucking.
Like, yeah, it was just not a good
I think
game.
his beard has grown out like 50%.
Do we have a formal yet?
That's true.
No formal.
No, sir.
No, there's no.
Peter hasn't really said anything.
No,
Rob
sir.
hasn't said anything.
No,
Ryan, you're just
sir.
sitting there.
I mean,
Mr.
what do you want to
I
say at
wanna-
this point? We joked about Unctuous being killed, and then there was a Sheth call on Richard, and Richard didn't really give much of a great defense, but it's
Honestly-
speculation. Everyone's just yelling at each other. I get this is the
Great
song and
defense
dance
of
we do.
10 seconds in.
We're not
Okay.
Right, that's
yelling
what I'm
right
saying.
now.
No, I'm not. I don't.
I want to make a statement. Can we stop with the reiterating of bullshit that's going on and just move on? Thanks.
Well, Richard said something about
Let's
Peter.
get
Did Peter make?
Let's kill someone in like 20 seconds from now.
I vote
Let's just do
Ryan
it.
because
Let's
of
start.
last game, and
I'm
because I
not-
can't trust his ass. I can't.
He's wearing a blue
But
shirt.
you trust my
Let's
mouth.
kill blue
You
shirts.
trust my words.
That's the same thing.
No, my ass
Oh.
is down here, and this is my face up here.
Shit comes out of both of them. So they're
No,
the
no,
same
no, no,
thing.
no, no. This Galen.
They sound the same
Jeff,
exactly.
can we kill someone in 3 minutes? Is that okay? Because
Alright,
I think a
okay
revenge
with
kill,
me.
even for me, a revenge kill is a bit much. But let's do 3 minutes.
Alright, I like it.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay,
Julian,
well-
Julian, what do you have to say?
Rob.
I have
Wait,
been
so
saying. I
listen,
think.
read.
I
Listen,
seriously think that you
Me?
are closer to Mafia than probably anybody else here. I think that Bregor hasn't been talking, but I know his style is kind of later. Alan hasn't really been talking either. D3 hasn't really been talking. Same thing with Rob. I think out of
Julian,
everybody,
Julian, did you have a good time watching the International for all of last Mafia game?
I didn't watch it. I was getting
wait.
cancer. I was on my phone, dude.
Peter, you had a question for Rob, I think.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Saying he's suspicious of me, I think.
Yeah.
Gregor, what's your day
Okay.
one read? Your gut check.
So I'll be honest, in the first couple seconds, I was sending a tweet to Unctious, but watching Richard give his defense, it seemed really shady. So my closest thing to a gut check is Richard.
It was literally like the first thing we said.
Yeah.
What do I have to say for a
Be
defense?
prepared.
That
It's
I'm
not
down?
what you say, it's how you say it.
What I will say is that
Richard,
your
you have
mannerisms
played
have
enough.
shifted.
You
Right.
have played enough that you should know
Neil,
the
I
proper
formal
kind
Richard.
of way to
Okay,
it.
formal on Richard. Richard, give your formal defense.
Already?
Town, don't kill me. Fuck you all.
All right. Anyone else have to say
Defense.
for or against? All right, voting in
Well.
3, 2, 1. Richard. Wow,
Are you
fastest day one
serious?
ever.
I didn't think
Are you
Richard.
serious?
Richard is dead. Sorry, Richard.
What?
Fastest day
What
ever.
the fuck?
Yes.
You can kill the video now, Richard. There's no need to continue with the video.
But he feels it should go longer.
All right.
That was the most cathartic thing that's ever happened.
Kill yourself, Unctious. Kill yourself.
All right, you guys know what to do.
That so wouldn't happen in Werewolf.
Did someone say werewolf?
Mod kills.
Expelled from the chat. He can come back. But fuck that.
GG overlays.
Yeah, I don't care. Overlays are over.
Go to sc2ratings.com.
Yo. I didn't bring it up.
You literally brought it up. You literally brought it up onto
No,
an
Rob
overlay.
brought it up before I did
I don't know
that.
what you're talking about.
Just shut up.
I'm talking about my favorite animal.
Okay. Everybody wake up except for Bregor. Bregor is dead.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Okay, I want to make a comment.
Huh.
So
missing people,
last
so-
night. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess
Wait for a second.
we're
Alan.
waiting on
Alan.
Alan.
I'm not falling for this shit again.
Is Alan not back?
No.
No.
It's okay, we can still talk and say stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, go
good
for it.
point. Yeah, it's just one person. Okay, so last night was pretty obnoxious with all the comments going on, and I felt Rob was the most obnoxious. I'd proposed to lynch him. I would put this on par with I heard him moving at night, and
Formal store Zerg. It's
yeah,
just
I already
what-
formaled you.
Okay, but then my defense is formal store Zerg. What do you want me to say?
That's
We've
a
been talk-
horrible defense, Rob.
Yeah,
I like Rob's defense. I really do.
like,
Thank you, me too. Okay, Julian's my confirmed Tony. I was thinking that too.
But no, besides the night bullshit, no, I don't like how he's been
See,
playing so far. And
Storzerk,
I-
I have a thing with when we play real Mafia and someone says I heard them move, I automatically
know.
hate them.
Oh,
So-
he
hey,
hates
do you
you.
want me to do more of a
Hey.
defense?
He hates you as
yeah,
a
I
person,
want you to give it a
Storzard.
defense.
I hate you
Rob
when you're
needs to give his
every
defense, you
I
guys.
always
And I
Everyone
don't
want to
think
go
you should
Storzard,
really.
to be
I'm just kidding.
honest.
Everyone be quiet. Let Rob talk. He's been formal. The hell's going on? Why did we lose audio?
Can we not do this? What's going on?
What is going
Rob,
on?
what are you doing? This
what
is
is
Rob's
this?
screen.
Rob,
is
stop
this?
being
Rob,
a
what if-
douche.
Rob,
Yeah.
you are mod killed. You're dead.
Honestly, like this shit right here. Like I don't
Rob
want to
is
have to
dead,
deal with this
mod
shit.
killed.
We can just kill Rob right now.
Can we,
No,
kill,
he
can we
is.
kill him for this
I
shit?
was trying to.
I will
No,
not
like
vote
this
for
is
Rob.
unacceptable. I'm
I
really
will not
pissed
vote
off
for
now.
Okay.
That was mildly annoying. Oh,
No.
It's a
why?
bit annoying, but like you don't
That
have
was
to.
I don't care.
hilarious.
Not enough for him
Did
to
he quit?
quit.
Yeah, but if you
Really?
What just happened?
Well,
He
Okay,
full screened
well.
video. As
No, I
his
know, but
defense.
did he quit?
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
gonna mod kill him, so he
Uh,
killed himself.
It was
you let him
This
have
game
that
has
pleasure?
taken a very dark turn, everybody.
yeah.
All right, hey
well,
guys.
we have 7
on.
people.
You didn't vote
And-
on Richard. It's really un-Storzerg-like, I think, especially because he's playing so aggressive. I think he would have voted. So, like, I'm really Rob was too, as was Julian. Like, I'm definitely thinking Storzerg's one of the mafias.
My defense on Richard is I don't know if I entirely bought that he was Mafia. I was kind of on the fence, and honestly, it looked like he was gonna get lynched. I would have put up my hand anyway.
Do we want
I'm
to
all for like
bring it
I'm
back
all
in?
for-
Because I feel like that's gonna fuck up the game.
Yeah,
like,
I think
was
this entire game
convinced
has
he
been
was
kind
Mafia.
of taken a very
He was-
bad term.
He was joking around enough that it was kind of like,
I'm just confused. I was trying to make my camera show the South Park clip. What happened?
It showed the
Yeah,
South Park
it
clip, but
showed
it
the
fucks
South
up
Park clip,
everything.
mutes everyone's
Yeah.
audio, and fucks up all the overlays.
It like made us all.
Wasn't
main screen
intended.
it.
Sorry.
I thought it was hilarious, Rob. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
it's-
you. That's how
I think I wasn't trying to like hijack everything. I was trying to make my
Yeah.
camera perspective show that clip.
You
I
need
didn't know you
XSplit,
could
but
do
that's
that.
it.
You need XSplit.
So
You need XSplit.
let's
Okay.
not talk about it. Okay,
My bad.
continue. Rob
Yeah.
is here. I didn't
Well, if
want
Rob-
Rob
okay,
dead
well-
because
Okay, Rob. I didn't think some of the things you've been doing are very nice. I'll just say that, and I would like an actual defense now.
I mean, nice. Is this talking about the history of Mafia or this game? Because I don't know what could be based off this game.
I think he's saying you were being annoying. He's just being a puss about it.
Right. I think it's a little passive aggressiveness, but I mean, it's whatever. Me saying like people have been saying shit over like the night phase forever, so don't see how that's really
yeah,
incriminating.
I'm okay with not lynching Rob based on that he's being silly at night. So
Like I don't want to
I
be
understand
talking
where Stone's
about.
coming from, but
I don't
I'm
want to be talking about the night phase or the South Park shit that he just did. I want like an actual defense right now. Like
Right,
don't
and your
bother with any of that.
Right, but your defense is that. So I'm supposed to reference a defense, but not reference that. Like I don't. You're saying
No,
you
no.
don't want it to be an issue moving forward. Got it, but it's
Just
dumb.
give a defense that doesn't
Right.
have to do with
So
that
day
other
one
crap.
lasted about 5 minutes. You want a serious defense? There is no sincere defense I can give besides the fact that you so aggressively going against me for absolutely nothing is just crap.
What
And
about something
people
about
were agreeing that sentiment with me, so I'm not sure what you want me to give. Like reads at this point, I'm suspicious of you because of throwing it right back at me
Anything.
like that.
what do you think about Ryan being killed there?
Brian being killed.
Yeah, do you think it has any significance or is it just a kill?
I think Ryan's a strong player, so it'd be obvious to kill him. But everyone's strong players left here, so I really don't see why that's an issue.
Okay.
I think it's kind of a constant. It's not really much of a variable you can expand upon.
So here's what I think's going on. Is I
Is
think
there a formal still out?
Yes,
Mhm.
it's still
sorry.
formal.
Here is a formal, but let Tim speak. I'm sure it's about this.
I think not saying Storzerg is Mafia, but it would be a very good Mafia play to play on the frustrations from last game and force lynches early.
There was no frustrations on Rob though. My
That's
frustration,
fine. Just want to put it out there.
like I did have some frustration with Rob and how he was acting, but moving past that, I do want an actual defense. Moving on, as if I had just formaled Julian, give a defense. And I really feel he's been deflecting and not actually. He hasn't said he's town at all. Now, based on his actions of leaving the game and mod comments and everybody else thinking the game has been fucked, I do think he's town. So I am looking for information from him.
So does that mean you're rescinding or keeping the formal?
I'm going to resend. I just wanted some actual more information other than, I think Storzerg's Mafia.
Yeah, and that's why I tried to like say something like to try and take the conversation to something productive, like something about maybe Ryan getting killed, but it didn't lead anywhere.
Understandable. but I'll resend.
Alright, just because I kind of know this information, I guess I should share it. If Mod and everyone kind of thinks that the game is screwed up because one person leaves, the general idea is it's really gonna only screw up the game if he's a Mafia player. And the fact that Store kind of instantly assumes he's Town in this situation, when I think every Town would assume he was Mafia, kind of paints Store as a lot more of a Mafia.
It could be that way, that we killed Richard and Richard was Mafia,
Yes.
and that he's Mafia, and then there'd only be one Mafia left. You're right. Or it could be the opposite, and we could have just lynched an innocent, which is very likely on day one. And Rob could have
I'm
been
not talking
innocent.
at all about Richard. Like, I have no idea. I kind of thought he was counted at the end. That's why I didn't vote.
Okay, well then, I don't think it would screw Mafia at all then, if he died. Because it would still be 2 Mafia.
It was interesting how you brought that up, though, because you were one of the 2 that didn't vote for Richard.
Yeah, I liked his defense. I know that if we wait a little bit longer, he's really, really easy to tell if he's Mafia. Like you saw his Town play, right? Like,
I wasn't talking about you.
No
Yeah,
offense.
but here's the thing: is like if his stuff is easy to read later on as Mafia, and he's not that good of a Town anyway, what's the point of keeping him around?
Yeah,
It's better
I feel
getting
like
rid of a
it
Mafia.
was-
It's
I
better
did
getting rid
harass
of
him
a
earlier.
Town,
and a bad Town.
Like,
at the
it's
same time.
not a bad kill. Like,
I feel like we didn't
like
talk about the Richard kill.
hard defending him. Right?
What I was
The
getting at
Ryan
was
kill?
brought
The
up
Richard.
Richard.
And Ryan, but Richard too.
Well, I feel
that's-
like we.
Who
Sorry.
voted for Richard?
like that went through. I feel like 2
Everyone but
minutes.
me and
right?
Store.
Okay.
I didn't vote.
Yeah, I thought it was like close vote.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was.
There was like
everybody
3 of
but
us that didn't.
Oh, really?
But honestly, I feel like once we pick someone in the first day, since we don't really have much to go on, we always end up circling back around to that person, and then an hour later we end up killing them. So I think it's a kind of a it's a hopefully we got something right kill, but a lot of times it could be kind of end up written off. Like it's only if someone really says something stupid, like. And Richard, I'm sorry, but he really doesn't add anything to the game when he plays. He often just sits there.
Like
Don't
that
you
last
think
game
it's
could have
weird that
been so
that
much
the
different if he
kill
would have
went
said
through
stuff.
after like 2 minutes?
Excuse me?
Don't you think it's weird that the kill got through like 2 minutes into the round? Like that was pretty fast.
I think it was more of a
pretty fast.
counter
Okay.
statement, just like Unctious being killed night 1 by Mafia. I think this entire game's in the context of what the previous game happened.
Agreed.
I don't know.
think
I don't know
that's
so
what
much about that, but
Or
No, Unctious got killed night 1 because of random luck.
Well,
I just know every time we play, the first person that we pick on the first night, unless they come up with something really awesome or someone really fucks up, we almost always end up lynching them later, like that round. That
I agree with
same
what
round.
she's saying, but I'm getting a weird feeling from her.
I
I'm
always want to
too.
kill people quickly. I wanted to play so bad last game. I was so mad that it took so long. So I was really
Not
excited.
this quickly though. This was like 5 minutes into the round.
No, that was awesome. I
mean,
think that
for
was awesome.
Richard, I feel
We
like
were-
the Mafia. I feel like Mafia has consistently been really good at deflecting, and that's actually. I feel deflection is actually detrimental to Town at the moment. Like when we start inquiring on people, like if you were like, "Hey Tim, why are you being so quiet?" and I'm like, "Why is Chef so quiet?" Oh, it's like, what does that really say about me? So like, I personally, what I want to do is I want to ask people, and if they deflect after 3 times, I've like given them a chance. It's like, okay, obviously this is gonna be their play throughout the entire game, and it's not gonna be helpful. Like, I think deflecting right now is like the easiest thing any one of us can do, and at the moment we need to raise our standards of what a defense can be, and it's not gonna be a deflection anymore.
okay.
I mean, I know it's a mean thing to do, but
I don't think it's mean at all.
I don't think that was a mean lynch at all. I think that was actually decent.
Here's another thing:
I
Jason
think
with
it
an
only
eye always
benefits us.
deflects if he's Mafia, like 100% of the time. He's like so good at it too. He makes it really fucking tricky, that guy.
Okay, Eric, I don't think you said much. I want to hear from you.
yeah. So right now I have on my kind of town list of Chef and Julian. I have that can't both be Mafia as you and Rob, obviously, because I mean that fight was pretty epic. I also noted that you did not vote for Richard, and you were quick to bring it up that you suspected that he was Mafia, which kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I kind of have you on my kind of Mafia list at this
When
point.
did I bring up I thought he was Mafia?
Well,
Day two?
when Chef was poking at you, just a little while ago, you were talking.
This day?
Yeah, just right now, like 5 minutes ago, maybe. You brought up.
I
that-
didn't say he was Mafia. I said
You
I didn't
weren't-
vote for him because I
You
didn't
were
think he was
poking at him
Mafia.
though, when Sheth was going at him. You were.
I did poke at Richard, yeah.
So you're saying that it
I'm
was
getting
like,
confused because I think you're mixing, or not mixing up days, but I think I'm mixing up what you're saying. Because
Well,
I thought you were talking about today.
Chef, back me up here. Didn't he bring up Richard for no reason? And then he was talking about how
Today?
Yeah, just now, like a few minutes ago, dude.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not.
I don't even know where we're getting. I feel like this is deflecting right here.
I'm just trying to bring up points that I've observed, which is what you were trying to ask me. So I'm bringing up the points that I observed.
I want to hear from Peter something, and I want to hear from Jordan something too. Like, just say something. Tell us we're idiots.
I don't think we're idiots. Yet.
That's something Mafia would say.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty beat from last game.
We have like
The only
veterans in here.
What?
We have like people with post-traumatic stress disorder from that last game in here.
Oh, that's
Last name
obvious.
was like
Eric and Peter.
I've been trying to be quiet to let people talk, but like I kind of don't want to take the mantle this game because I feel like it's gonna draw suspicion on me.
I do kind of.
Tim, take the mantle.
I feel like the kills might be someone who was town last game that ended up screwing the pooch. And that last one kind of is like they're taking their anger out.
I don't know about that.
But there's still 3 people, right? Like,
We all
people-
agree it's not me.
Like there's
Should
still
make me
good
look
kills
better if
regardless of
anything.
that.
They are
Okay,
good
well,
kills.
Since Seth wanted to hear from me, I don't think Richard was Mafia, even though I voted for him. I just didn't like his defense. Like, if you're gonna say like, it might have been sarcastic, but if he's gonna say like "fuck you guys" in his defense, like I'm gonna vote for him. So I still think there's 3 Mafia then, and we have what 1, 2, 3.
10 people, right?
So we have 10 people.
We
So
have another day.
yeah, we have a couple days.
I keep hearing this over and over again that you think that somebody's town, but you voted for him. Like I don't.
Well,
wanna-
like I just justified like why I voted for him, right?
But then
like,
you should help him. You should help
I know
him.
I should help him, but I was kind of going off the point. Like,
So what I tried to do.
agree that he's
Well,
not
Tim, there's-
helpful either, right? Like, I think it's probably better for us that he's out of it early.
Wait, this doesn't make any sense because like, are we going to lynch people off of policy, or are we going to try and help people?
What did I do to Richard the first day? I said,
you
"Give
pushed
us
hard,
defense,"
Yeah.
and then I said, "Give us one where you don't deflect." He deflected. I said, "Give us one where you don't deflect." He deflected.
And he said, "Fuck you," yeah.
Yeah.
So I voted for him.
I don't know
Fair,
if you felt
like
after the second deflection.
like
I have a question for Tim.
Yes.
If it's never stopped you before that if you're going to be hyper aggressive, that you're going to be concerned that you can't be hyper aggressive anymore because people are going to think you're Mafia. Why do you think that this time around?
Wait,
It does usually get you killed if you're hyper aggressive.
Yeah.
He's saying,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, no, but that's never stopped you before, is what
You didn't
I'm
let me finish. You didn't let me finish. After the second
didn't interrupt
deflection,
you.
I was getting a wicked Mafia read from Richard, like a Rob gut read from Richard. So that's why I voted. I voted because I thought he was Mafia. I'm saying if Sachi, if you don't think he's Mafia, it's your duty to town to convince us because I could have been convinced.
Well, I was under the like I was going off what you said, right? Like he deflected, and then I thought maybe he might not be town. He might be town, but when he defends like that, I'm gonna vote him off, right? Because it's unhelpful. Like he's not helping. He's not gonna help us if he's saying "fuck you" to anybody left, right?
I really
Like,
disagree. Even though you opposed my vote, like if you think he's town, it's like your obligation to all of us to convince him.
I said I was like on the fence, but that pushed like that's just like I don't see how that's gonna be helpful, right? Like
But saying something like along the lines of like I'm not voting for him, I think he's town would justify something. Why do you think he's town? It justifies someone else to ask something.
Yeah, but he's saying that once he said the "fuck you," he didn't. get it.
yeah,
If you're
it's
saying
like
fuck
he's
you, I
not gonna
understand
help.
it.
Like, if
He
he-
came after us or whatever as like a group and saying fuck all of you guys, right?
If he resorts
So
to
I get
that
it.
as
But
his
at the
last
same time, if you
defense, like-
think that he's not, if you think he's town, then it's like what Tim said. You should be saying, "I'm not going to vote for him. I still think he's town
I hear you.
regardless."
I hear you.
Because it's an inconsistent play.
I was just kind of
And
justifying.
If it's going to benefit us as town, we might as well keep someone around. I still think Richard. I don't think
Yeah.
he's Mafia. I just think he's bad town.
Yeah, like
I'd
that's
rather get that out of the
kind
way.
of what I was trying to say.
Who is
but-
my strongest Mafia read last game, actually? Like, I really feel strongly about the deflections. The way he was deflecting was very Mafia-esque, and everything about it just read completely Mafia, so...
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to say why I voted for him. Might as well, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, so after that, I don't know. I was gonna note like Tim went hard first day, and then he kind of backed off, and even said he was gonna back off. So I don't know what to make of that. Other than that, I think Stor's doing a good job of poking at people. So go ahead, Chef.
Well,
Okay.
well, I was just gonna say I'm always horribly biased against Thor, but just the way he plays, he always switches his direction really quickly, so it kind of throws me off. So I am suspicious of him. I'm suspicious of Eric, just because. Well, again, he's someone I'm often suspicious of, although he's always town, it seems like. But after watching last game, I'm kind of like, what the fuck? So I don't know what to think about you. Tim, you're being hyper aggressive, but I like it, so kind of on the fence there. Julian, you're always really smart in your plays, which makes you difficult to read. Alan, you haven't even said anything. Rob, I kind of hate you right now, so. But you haven't really said much. Peter, you haven't said much. And Sheth, I feel like it's fun how you're pressuring, but it's also kind of scary. So I'm like,
it makes you feel better. I'm getting a Rob gut read right now, like his body language, and I got it wicked early last game too. So
like earlier, he was doing the arms up in the air, like chillaxing move, where I'm just kind of like, huh.
So
it's like you're trumpeting.
Anytime I get these reads, like I don't want to listen to Rob because I've just made up my mind. Because like I said, it's like a body language look at Rob. Okay, he's Mafia. I'm gonna confirm it because I'm pretty sure I'm like an 80% success rate or something like that. So I'm just gonna go with that. So right now, Rob's going with the vibe, but I'm not to the point where I'm gonna formal him. But it's getting there, and I think it's a good chance that if we don't get anyone this game, we just go with him.
Now that you said that, Tim, I really want to hear from Eric then, because he said that both Storzerg and Rob could not be in the same boat.
Okay.
So I want to hear what he said, what he thinks behind what you just said, actually.
Okay. Well, I just thought it was odd for Storzerg to accuse Rob, and then he counter accuses him. Like, it doesn't make any sense that they'd both be Mafia. Is what I'm trying to say.
I think that play early on when Rob just sort of left or whatever, and it was like almost a mod kill, and then it was just kind of like, oh, he must have been town. And then he just came back. I don't know. Neil was gonna mod kill him, and then I believe it was Sheth who accused Storzerg of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, his comment was
yeah. I mean, do you understand why I said that he can't be Mafia most likely?
Yeah. There we get it.
We could both be town.
Right. I'm just saying that
It's still early in
you're
the game.
both not Mafia.
Yeah, so you could both be town or one of you could be Mafia, but he doesn't think both of you are Mafia.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I don't know.
I don't really think that gives us much.
All right, I'm gonna formal Alan because he's been really, really quiet through this. Hasn't given any reads, and like through watching him play last game, he's the best 10 when he's Mafia. So when he's town, he's the best Mafia. Let's pick him out.
Defend yourself, Alan.
I feel like I don't like the way Kayla and Julian are playing. Like, it's not their usual selves. Like, Kayla is, while she does tend to want to get people killed, like killing Richard, like it was straight up like 5 minutes into a round. Like, we could have just left him as like the safe kill and then, went around or whatever. But then suddenly, like, Julian comes in and he formals him and gets him killed. But Julian normally he's more like, say, like me and Carlton, where we sit in the back and we kind of observe everyone. And, somebody says something interesting, like we might add on or like ask questions like that. But he's not normally the type to like just straight up get someone killed right away, especially first night. With that being said, I'm town.
That was a deflection.
Don't take that as a deflection.
It was an entire deflection.
I don't know if anyone agrees with those points, but yeah.
I think he was making good points, but it still was deflection.
We're more valid before he got formal.
Would we vote Alan over Rob at the moment?
Yes.
Oh, at the moment, I'm actually rescinding mine. I just wanted to hear his defense, and I wanted to hear what people had to say in regards to him. If you guys want to formal him, you're welcome to.
Julian, you want a rebuttal, maybe?
I was actually I wanted to talk a little bit. The reason I'm kind of going a little bit because normally, I mean, it's not that I don't like Richard. I just don't like his style of play. I don't like being hindered. And I always feel anytime I play with him, he's holding us back. And I would
think you
much
can
rather
skip
get that
that and move on.
Yeah, let's not talk about Richard. He's dead.
No, that's the only
Yeah,
reason
that's
I
what
formed it
Alan
in the
was
first
saying,
place. I
though.
just want to say that's the reason.
But
I
you
mean, this
repeated
entire
that like
time
3
I
or
just
4
missed it.
times, I think.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
that's like
said,
all
we
Alan
always
was on right
focus
there.
on the person. We always focus on the first person, and we always end up killing them. Like unless something really crazy happens, it's just literally 45 minutes of our life wasted. That's what happens.
Okay.
I mean,
That's why
I'm just rebuttaling
it's-
back what Alan wanted to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
What he
Yeah.
said.
It was. I decided to. I liked the idea of trying to switch it up and maybe push hard for the first round to see if we could actually
like
maybe
it too.
not have a 45-minute night the first night.
Rob,
Deserve an award.
can you talk?
Yeah.
I want to hear more thoughts from you.
I am fine with killing you under the assumption that only one of us could be Mafia because I know I'm town. I like what Seth was doing with pressuring Alan. I think it was very valid in that Alan had not said anything. I think Alan had good points, but some of them are taken away in that we had to wait until he was formal to bring him up. Beyond that, I'm kind of having a hard time reading Peter right now. I think Eric just has pure emotional exhaustion right now, so it's kind of hard for me to read him, and I'm suspicious of Tim.
I'd really like to kill Eric just because it's going to be so hard to read him because of that exhaustion. Like, he's playing completely differently than last game, and, like, I don't know. I don't like it. It scares me.
Well,
I feel like Peter still hasn't said anything either.
Yeah,
That scares me too.
I'm actually. I heard from Eric earlier, and I'm fine with that. I haven't heard anything from Peter.
I don't know. The people that I trust right now are probably. I trust him, and I don't think I'm still suspicious of Rob, and I'm still suspicious of Bob. Besides that, everyone is kind of besides that, everyone's a crapshoot. Like I don't know. I like I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm really like exhausted.
Yeah, I feel. I
You're
was just about to
like,
say.
wake up,
I feel
man.
like Peter's in the same boat as Eric right now.
I feel like the exhaustion excuse is a poor one because Neil said at the beginning, if you don't feel like you're up to playing, don't play.
I'm not exhausted. I'm ready to play. I'm just trying to gather some more information at this point.
Well, Peter said that.
Tim brought it up. I just can't stop looking at Rob. Like, he seems very disinterested, like he normally does when he's Mafia.
I think it's very ironic that I just called you out for that, and you're just going to deflect it right back at me. The same thing I said to you, and I think I was talking earlier. I was more of a presence earlier in this round than you. So
I don't think you were accusing me of anything. You were defending me. If anything.
right, but I'm making an observation. But you're saying that same observation back at me.
If you're defending me.
All right, Rob, can I get your top reads for each side?
Top reads for each side. I'm gonna go for Shindigs, Mafia, Store. Beyond that, I have suspicions, but for the town side, Alan, I want to say I'm on your side, and I'm gonna speculatively go along with Chef, and then everyone else I'm kind of in the middle.
Some reasoning for these choices.
Reasoning for each of them.
Okay.
I think Chef's done a good job being a presence so far, pushing you included. Eric, like I talked about earlier, I just having a hard time reading him. Shindigs, I was suspicious of because he's never restrained himself before in going full America and just like lynching out people. And the fact he threw himself out there and saying, "Oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to be marked as suspicious." Marked it as suspicious for me. And Store for, I have a feeling if definitely one of us had to be Mafia, had to be him. But beyond that, I just think it was formaled over inconsequential things during night 2.
So should I paint a big target on myself right now?
No.
You need to fly an American flag.
Okay, so about us, one of us being Mafia or neither of us, I think it's more likely that neither of us are Mafia, Rob. I do think you're more clean. I want to see you live the next day. I want to see Chef the next day. And Peter. I think my top 2 lynches would be, or 3 would be Eric, Alan, and Tim.
I think those are ridiculous reads. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, if I blow up, you guys are gonna think I'm being disruptive and lynch me. But I'm actually trying to do good reads, right? So
I don't think Eric's a good lynch at all.
What's your reasoning behind me? Just curious. I mean, is there an explanation, or are you just gonna just randomly throw names out to deflect blame from yourself?
But I wasn't deflecting.
There's been some suspicion on you. I'm just saying, like, why would you just randomly?
But nobody asked me a question. I decided to speak.
Yeah, he was speaking about how
Is there an accusation though? Like,
I didn't say there was an accusation.
No, he chimed in and said like, because remember when who was it that brought up the point that either Rob or Store, it was you, wasn't it, Eric?
It's an
Was
assumption,
both
so it's
Mafia?
not
Like,
guaranteed.
I know, but
So,
like he
well,
chimed up and said like,
I'll talk about Eric. Okay, so you have made some points, and not to kind of drag in previous games, but you were wrong about me last game, and you're wrong about me this game for casting suspicion on me. And I feel your point on me and Rob. I think that's lackluster, and I think it was pretty obvious. The reason I was going really hard at Rob at the start is because I was pretty fucking annoyed with that shit. Like,
You saying
I
Rob
think that's
isn't
pretty clear.
suspicious at all?
Are you saying Rob is not suspicious right now?
I think he's less suspicious right now.
I think he's wicked suspicious. Like he's giving me a really wicked like Rob Reed. Like I said, 80%. Like
Rob, you're being
okay.
yourself.
80%.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if Richard was not Mafia, okay, I'm open to that idea that Richard was not Mafia. I'm like 100% sure that it's either Richard or Rob, if not both. Like this is how sure I am on the Rob.
What do you mean,
right
Richard
now.
or Rob?
Like I'm saying, if you yourself are not open to the idea that Richard was Mafia, right? That he was just town, that in bad town, you lynched from bad town. I beg you to consider that Rob is Mafia. But if you don't think Rob is Mafia, then I'm pretty sure that like Richard is Mafia. Like I'm just saying these two guys are like reading so Mafia to me right now that lynching Richard or Rob at the moment is like 100% guaranteed. Like we've killed one Mafia. And I'm just saying right now, like the way that Rob is acting, I'm not gonna like sit around and wait and get any more reads. Like I feel like I know Rob when he's Mafia, and he's Mafia right now.
So I would agree, other than I'm getting a really strong Mafia vibe of Storzerk, and I don't think both Store and Rob can be Mafia because of the
No, that's totally fine because last game Alan was for the most pro town and he was calling out Mafia. Like I think it's well within the realms of Mafia for the Mafia to start going at each other because right now the town's being really silent, so like Mafia can just banter off each other, right? I can be like, hey, Kayla, who hypothetically is my fellow Mafia, what do you think about this guy? And then like we can actually build a banter off each other because we know
it was way too real, man. Like it was way too real.
I don't know.
No. Like I don't buy that at all. Like I buy nothing's like too real. Like come on.
The reason it was real last game is because of the chat at nighttime. I think like, you know what I mean? Like it was so good last game, and I think it's hard to replicate that again this game.
Tim, you have a very strong read towards Rob. What about everybody else, like other than Rob?
So I guess this would be right now. I like kind of just want to lynch Rob at the moment because he's like the longer we go, the stronger it gets, right? So I guess it's fair to ask me for a future plan. The future plan right now is I would pressure Alan more because he is kind of going quiet mode at the moment, and like he never comes up until we ping him. So like Alan is kind of like he'll sit there until you ask him, and then he'll start giving good reads. But at the moment, we can't just afford people sitting there. And then that's when the game drags on. Is when they sit there and you talk to them, they give you good reads, and then like the discussion goes all over the place. Then back to the quiet people, and you ask them again, and the discussion goes all over the place again. So I don't think we can afford that. And like I said, if we lynch either Richard or Rob, Richard or Rob, then we like for sure have gotten a Mafia. So like we're pretty safe on like just lynching like safeties.
I think Rob is more suspicious to me right now because I did catch him doing the thing where he just sort of dismisses, like like he does the dismissive face.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna let's just follow Rob. I don't want to think. I'm like 90% sure now.
You
And
said
I don't
formal
wanna,
Rob. I hear formal Rob.
Yeah. I don't want to muddle it.
So my defense is that Shindig's this is a lot being pushed and positive reinforced from the start of Shindig saying that I'm Mafia. Really doesn't feel like it's a strong thing. I've been Mafia just statistically randomly picked out a lot. So when Shindig's almost every game calls me out as Mafia, and I'm almost always Mafia, it's pretty easy for him to line up the assumptions and make it seem like it's always a gut check thing. I don't see how it's playing compared to last game because even though day one was about 5 minutes, I probably spoke almost as much, if not more, as the 1 hour day one from the previous game. Further extension of that, I just really don't know what to say. I mean, I got formaled right off the bat day two for doing things that everyone does during the night phase. So I think it was just putting a target on my back from the start, and there's probably some bandwagoning going on here. I already gave my guesses as to who was Mafia and who was Town. So unless you have any questions, we can just move forward with this.
Okay.
In saying
Anyone
this
else have
here-
anything to say?
Just talking.
I just really think Kayla would have been way happier to be playing this game if she was town. I don't think Rob is that great of a lynch because I think he plays like this if he's town.
I was happy. What are you talking
Wait, are you
about?
saying you're suspicious of Kayla?
Yeah.
But I can't really go too much more into it. I just wanted to bring it up before we.
It's good. So
possibly
here's
go
the thing:
wrong.
is like I feel like a lot of us are withholding reads, which is fine, but like we kind of have to leak it out slowly. But I understand withholding reads because we don't want the mafia to switch up their play style. That's like exactly how I'm playing. So I read a number of people. I'm just not saying it, and I only say it at a proper time.
So I'm gonna further extend that and say that I had a certain play style, and you called me out early, and I don't think I've changed my mannerisms since then.
I mean,
So-
this is the problem, Rob. Is like I'm sorry, but I just have to disagree because like I've talked to you before.
No, just like I don't take any offense at all. You habitually are always on my case, and the same thing with Storzerk. That's why I just don't understand. It's just part of how like this game plays over the long term. So you have to make the vote. You have to make the vote.
But I'll
Okay,
just say,
guys, we're gonna call a vote unless anyone else has anything to say.
let's
Voting
do it.
in three.
I'm not gonna
Wait.
vote for Rob.
I don't. I honestly I'm on mixed feelings on Rob. I feel like he isn't acting super suspicious, although it is pissing me off that he keeps doing this move while he's sitting there. But usually when he's like a roll, he gets like kind of like closer to the screen and he's a little more active, from what I remember.
No,
but
that's
it's been
not
a
it
while.
at all, Kayla. That's not it at all. Last game
That's
he was
how he
very,
used to be.
That's not it at all.
Sorry.
Last game he was nothing like that. He was nothing like that. I'm
Oh
just
shit!
saying.
Yeah, he was Mafia, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those scumbags. Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's see the
You
vote.
were
Let's
too,
vote.
right?
We're dragging this on. If it
Okay,
doesn't
does
pass, it
anyone else
doesn't
have
pass.
anything
But
to
I
say about Rob?
said my piece.
I don't think it's Rob. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's-
voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. 1, 2, 3. Alan, are you voting?
Yes.
You okay? 4 against. I'm sorry.
About 4.
That's fine.
5 against
That's
5.
fine.
It doesn't. It fails.
Okay.
Fails.
Yeah, so
Wait, what?
I don't know. I take from that Tim and Rob probably aren't both Mafia. If Rob turns out to be Mafia later, then Tim probably isn't. Just the way that Tim was like pretty gung ho about going after Rob there. Even like the whole round, he was going after Rob. So
Refresh
Uh,
my memory. Didn't Storzerg say that he wanted to see Rob
Yep.
in future rounds? And why did you just vote for him?
I felt he could have been Mafia. I'm partial to agree with Tim in that either Rob or Richard, one of them has to be Mafia, or his opinion on that. He persuaded me with his thoughts on that.
Well, it's
Really not a
interesting
huge
because
fan of
earlier you were
Logic.
so sure he was town when he left.
I'm gonna formal Storzerk.
Formal on store. Defense.
Okay, I'm town, and I think you are getting a very bad read on this, Chef. I think that something is wrong with you this game, and I don't like it. I will agree that I thought it was kind of weird for Kayla to defend Rob like that. I don't know. I
I'm
think
more
there are.
suspicious of you.
Oh yeah, you're always suspicious of me. I mean,
know.
I'm suspicious, but I'm town this game again, and I am wanting to lynch people. Also, I was okay with killing Rob because, if he's Mafia, that's great. I know I'm not Mafia, and if that was the condition, I'm fine with that. But no, I'm town, and I want to win this game. I was pissed off for last game, and yeah, no.
Okay.
Don't lynch me. There are better lynch candidates like
Does-
Eric and Alan right now.
Does anyone else have anything to say?
I
What
don't
do
want to
you think?
expand on this, but whoever's gonna vote, you have my vote. I don't want to expand on it.
All right, let's vote.
Him, that is bullshit.
what's that even mean?
What?
Okay, voting
I think Tim just
in
wants to kill somebody.
3, unless
Yeah.
someone else has something to say. 3, 2, 1, vote. Oh, that's just about everybody. Store, you are dead. Good night. Everyone go to sleep. I'm also doing something slightly different, wherein I take notes about what people are saying and who they are guessing correctly and incorrectly, which is interesting. Okay, everybody wake up except for Sheth. Sheth is dead.
I am really suspicious of Tim, Julian, and Peter. Because Peter's not really talking, Tim's really controlling it, and Julian, I feel, is smart enough to kind of go with this kind of play.
Okay,
And if
Kayla, I want to defuse this right away. Who else is going to lead the discussion if not me?
Well,
I think Chef was doing the job, so was
there,
Storzer.
yeah, there are people who are leading, and who is Chef suspicious of other than, or was he like pressuring anyone else?
He was bouncing it around.
Death accused you, Kayla.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
who
true.
was,
He did accuse
who
me.
was Chef very suspicious of Kayla?
He formal Alan too.
I don't think I would ask that if I was Mafia and got him killed for being interested in me. But anyway, I am suspicious of how Tim is like leading everything, how Peter hasn't said jack shit, and I feel like Julian is smart enough to go along with this play.
I'm not backing off my Rob read, by the way. It's like way
I
strong.
think Tim's been running the discussion too. I know he's not going to back off. We know your Rob read, Tim. There's no need to go more in depth about it. It's about like getting other things out of the way other than Rob.
I'm just saying it's on the table. It's just going to be on the table for me.
I agree. I didn't like the way that he like totally tried to get me on his side. I hate it when people do that, like especially at the beginning of the game.
Who did?
I dragged you on my side.
Yeah, I don't like that.
How confident are we that Bob was Mafia? Because
I don't think he was Mafia. I was the only one that didn't vote.
But I mean, Alan, it wasn't dragging on your side. Earlier in the round, I said that you had a decent defense, but you lost a lot of credit because. Thanks.
Jordan, do you think Rob's Mafia?
The stores are going to
No.
come back, so we can yell at him too.
I think Tim's Mafia.
Pretty sure Storzer.
I don't think Tim and Rob are both Mafia.
I'm
so I think Tim's
okay.
Mafia.
I'm okay with either voting Richard or Storzer. Like I said right before the Storzer vote, I'm
Who's
like,
Richard?
okay,
Who's
this
gone?
is like I'm okay with voting for Storzer, but I don't want to say why. Like I can say why right now, if you guys want.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's like he was getting I was getting like the crackly Storzer defense from him, and like last game when Storzer was defending, I was like, okay, he reads town because he's not cracking, and I felt like Storzer was actually cracking that point, and I felt like if I said he was cracking, he would like immediately reinforce himself and be like, okay, oh, this is my composure, this is my town composure. I wanted him to be as natural as possible, and from that, I got a pretty scummy read. And like I said, I feel like pretty safe still that we have some lynching flexibility anyway.
Okay.
So I want to, yeah.
Go ahead. Finish.
That's it. Sorry, you can go. You can
Okay.
continue.
I would like. I think we're at lynch or lose. If we have three.
Well, that's why I asked if
We
Bob.
could sleep.
How confident are we that Bob?
Who just said to sleep?
I said we could sleep it.
We could.
It's not,
If
it's
we
not
could.
literally sleep.
No, it's not
literally.
to do it. No, we need to get more out of it. We need to actually get more.
Jordan.
All right.
That's
Well, I brought up the point earlier that I think either Rob or Tim are Mafia, and at that point, Julian asked me. I'm not sure if anybody heard, but I said I think Tim's more Mafia than Rob right now. I think Rob's defense was not the best defense, but he didn't do his normal fall on his sword Mafia defense, which he almost 100% of the time does when he's Mafia, even though he has been Mafia a lot lately. So it's kind of hard to read off that.
He gives a pretty good defense when he's Mafia.
Yeah, usually, but that one was kind of iffy, right?
Right. The
So-
fact that it wasn't good may actually make me Mafia.
Well, it's not that it
because
wasn't
my
good. I
Mafia
just-
defenses are good. No, I get it.
To Rob's credit,
But-
like that's why I just say Rob. I just think you're Mafia, and I'm gonna go with it 100% because exactly like I will say that logic when I read Rob is flawed. But
do we think
I
that
agree, but I just thought you pushed a little bit extra hard on him. That's all.
do we think that there's the Mafia made a bad play on Rob because only one vote would have pushed it over?
Potentially. Who voted?
Maybe.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I voted.
D3.
I voted.
Tim, Eric.
Storzer,
Storzer.
Alan.
Sure.
No.
That's
Okay.
that's why I'm suspicious of Peter and Tim because I feel like they were Mafia and they were
Yep.
pushing to get him killed.
I mean, we haven't really heard from Peter at all the past.
It
couple
pisses
days.
me off too because he's done that a lot
I
recently.
haven't heard from
Formal
Alan
Peter.
either. Like Peter now
Peter.
are kind of on the
Formal
chopping
Peter.
block right now. They're screwing us pretty hard.
Formal
Peter.
Peter.
Formal on Peter.
Whoa, that's
I
aggressive.
still think it's Rob. I thought that because he did like earlier in day one where someone accused him of being Mafia, he did the thing where he just sort of like dismissively like waves his hand and like honestly like I've seen him do that for the past 3 times when he was Mafia. So like I thought like that's the biggest thing I have to go on right now.
Julian, if you're playing off Lilo, like I'll give a vote for Peter. That's fine. But if you're still playing off Lilo, I'd feel much more comfortable with Rob. Like, can I get your trust?
I don't think Rob's. See, here's the thing. I don't think Rob's a good bet because if the Mafia
The
made a
vote
bad
was really
play,
close.
the vote was really close, right? So the Mafia might have either they made a bad play or all three voted for him.
Yeah, and they didn't get enough support, maybe.
Or yeah, and so they didn't get enough support. So the people who I'm suspicious of right now are you, Peter, and Store.
I don't believe
Store's
in
gone.
dividing the town based on votes because those are arbitrary.
I'm
Just
not
like
dividing
slip
the
ups.
town.
Tim, didn't you just volunteer to give up a vote? Saying you would be willing to vote for Peter? So are you trying to like
I want to
already-
state something, like in case shit happens, right? Like I want to get as much information out there. So I'm just saying, Julian, I disagree with the point, like dividing party lines. But yeah, there we go.
I'm not dividing.
I don't
party
want to.
lines at all. I'm just saying that I think that it's either the Mafia made a bad play, or they all voted together. And we have a smart enough group to the point where they're not going to make a bad play.
So 4 of the people that voted for Rob are still here then?
So the people who voted for Rob were D3, Tim, Eric, Store, and Alan.
Okay.
I trust Eric over the others.
Mhm.
And that's my personal thing. But I would put my eggs in the basket of either D3 or Tim.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But
So I
I
think
don't want to be wrong this game. I would deal.
me either. But those
Okay.
those are the two people who. Sorry, Tim. That's just what I think.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
There's too many quiet
Eric?
people in this game.
I want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Yeah, the formal was never rescinded from Peter, but I guess I rescinded because people moved away from it. It's cool.
Sorry, I forgot.
Everyone already moved away from it, so it's not worth keeping it
No,
up.
actually, that's not because we didn't really hear defense, Rob.
Nah, I know.
And I'd rather hear. No offense, Eric. I'd rather hear from Peter over you.
All right, so
at this
reformal
moment.
Peter.
Uh,
Eric? Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, like the only thing I have on right now is Rob. I don't know if Store was Mafia. I don't think Richard was Mafia at this point in time. That's all I have.
Okay, Eric, you might as well say what you want to say now.
I can't if there's a formal on him.
Oh, okay.
You want to rescind it, Rob?
Has nothing to do with.
I'll rescind it.
I want to say right now, Julian is operating off that we're Lilo. I'm gonna operate off the fact that we actually. I'm like pretty confident it was either Richard or Storzerk. Like just judging by the like, I feel like those two players are like you get the Mafia read when they're defending, and since everyone's tired, I feel like they just really bled Mafia during the defense. So right now, I'm okay with lynching like a quiet person like Alan or Peter again. But
That's what makes me suspicious of you, Tim. Is that we have like you have to operate like it's Lilo. Okay, we got like.
Yeah, I don't like this assumption that we're moving away from the fact it gives us a false sense of security to make a bad decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eric, say what you wanted to say.
Well, I was just going to bring up the point that Storzerk made some pretty bad plays. So the vote on him should have gone through regardless because it looked like he So
I couldn't hear you over Alan. Can you say that again?
last thing.
Just trying to explain to you why I personally voted for him is because it seemed really suspicious how he calls out Rob, and then he's like, "Oh, Rob's my best friend. I want to see him in like 3 rounds from now." And then all of a sudden he's like quick to say, "Okay, Rob's the guy." Once we put a little bit of accusation on him, so that's why he seemed very shady to me.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't. He flip flopped so much that it was just. And his defense is bad. Like what?
Right. So what I'm getting at is. I don't know why more people didn't vote for him.
Everybody voted for Storzerk except for Jordan.
Yeah, I didn't vote. I was the only one that didn't vote.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And that's what I'm saying.
We were talking about the Rob vote.
Oh, right.
It would have been a smarter play for one of the Mafia. That's why I'm saying one of the Mafia had to be within that, or the Mafia has to be within the vote to Rob, right?
Right. Okay.
Do we have a formal?
All right. So I don't know. I think we should go on Peter right now. Based on his defenses.
I'm good with that.
Kayla, what do you think?
I think we were good on quiet people, so.
Either Peter or Rob at this point.
I am very suspicious of Peter just because he hasn't been helpful at all and he's just been sitting there. And even when we poke at him, he's just kind of like, eh, and the whole time he just kind of follows along with anyone else, particularly Tim. And I am suspicious of Tim because of how hardcore he's been. Like, yeah, I know Tim can go hardcore, but it seems more than he needs to. I guess I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I feel better. Honestly, I'd feel better. Of course, I'm going to disagree. So, but
Well,
don't take
yeah.
my disagreement as like I'm Mafia. I just have to disagree. Like I just feel safer with either Rob or Alan. I feel like our tolerance for Peter has to be bigger than Alan, just based off everything we've ever played. So, I don't know what to
Peter
say.
has done this a lot.
Disagreements
He's
right
been
now are
all-
like you disagree with me, so you're obviously Mafia. Like, why can't I just be Town with a different perspective at the moment? I'm actually not liking
I
that.
didn't say that.
No, I'm saying that's the vibe I'm getting. So, I excuse me. I apologize if I'm accusing you of that. But that's the vibe I'm getting from the Town. I don't want to
personally comfortable with voting for Peter myself.
Okay, I'm gonna stop Bruce Wayne in his tracks and not let him pollute the town anymore. So I've got Bruce Wayne, aka Tim, as Mafia. I got Peter as Mafia, and now I think Eric is the third Mafia, and Chef was the town.
Oh fuck yeah! Call 2 of them, bitches.
So Rob, Julian called him out pretty much perfectly. Kayla's called out Peter and Tim. Peter and Tim are both on Rob. So Rob, I'm assuming Rob's clean. I think it's Eric is third Mafia.
Here's the reason why I said that I think Peter is clean, and I think this is why you're suspecting me. I think Peter was clean because normally when he gets a role, I didn't want to say this earlier. Normally when he gets a role, he stays quiet, and I did not want to take a chance on that. Is what I was trying to get at.
I think he's playing the card that he thinks he's exhausted. That's what he said at the beginning, and he said he doesn't really have a read other than Rob, which is just a bad play altogether. We either kill Tim or we kill Peter, one of the two.
I'd rather kill Tim out of the two.
I would rather kill
because he's
Tim
so
than
persistent on
Tim.
killing me.
I
but
agree.
I think this is a bad play because I'm like wreaking Town right now, and you guys are just like, why are you piling? I honestly don't understand why you're piling on me. I think among one of you, it's the Mafia. I'm like pretty sure right now.
I feel like this is a bad play.
I checked him,
Tim
and
is-
you're Mafia.
Wait, you said you're cop?
Yeah, I checked
he
him,
came out as
and
cop.
I thought you were just
Well,
getting
now I
people. I
know
thought you were
who's
just
the
getting
Mafia in
reads.
that group
No,
because
Tim-
I'm clean.
I
He
checked
came
Chef
out as-
night one. He was clean.
You
Tim,
checked Tim night one? Who did you
Night,
check?
no, Chef night one, clean.
Mhm.
Tim night two, Mafia. Peter night three, Mafia.
Well, we know you're lying because you didn't come out.
no, I'm
night
not
two.
lying.
Well, that's
Why would
funny.
I was trying to guide the discussion, right? And I said I think either Rob or Tim is Mafia. And then I said I think Tim is more Mafia. And then Julian asked me again. I said I think Tim is more Mafia. And then I said Tim or Peter, I would rather vote than Rob because you're
Actually,
both
just
going
vote
on
you
Rob.
off right now.
No, don't vote me.
you're
Vote
lying.
those
What's
two.
funny
You
is
can't, 'cause
that I
I'm the
checked
cop.
9.
Tim is formal. You can't.
Okay, my formal defense is he's lying. Like, there's no reason not to come out with the Mafia the second night.
Oh, deflection.
What are you talking about? Fucking deflection, okay? You want to get fucking real right now? Rob,
missed a little
stop
bit of
fucking
USA.
talking. You,
Tim,
Rob,
Tim,
you are
Tim.
so reading Mafia right now that it's disgusting. It makes
Tim.
me want to vomit.
All right.
Okay.
Anytime I
Alright.
play with Kim, this is
Here-
what he does.
No. I got something to say about Tim.
I
I
love
got
Tim
something to say
Anger.
about Tim.
At this point,
I'm angry because I'm actually angry because you actually believe this fake cop claim because you guys
Nah,
are
it's
like
not fake,
seriously
bro.
blowing it right now.
That's the thing. That's
Tim.
Tim. I'm kind of with you, but at the same time, I hate you.
I was
hope
against
Jordan-
it before the cop
if
call
Jo-
out anyway.
If
Do we
Jordan
have
is
a
doing
formal?
a fake cop call,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
almost on
stab
No,
him.
I'm not fake.
All right, there's a formal on Tim.
I'm pretty
Tim,
sure
have you
it's
given
fake
your
cop,
full
actually.
defense?
Yeah, okay, my
Okay.
formal defense
You've given it?
is I've done nothing. Okay, this is kind of bullshit because as a townie, I've contributed
Wait,
like
no, Tim,
almost
Tim.
everything, and you guys are fucking communism-ing it up. Like, taking everything, and, oh, we're all contributing equally.
All right.
Everything's equal. No, it's not.
Objection, you've been throwing out really bad
pro-town thing
assumptions.
the entire way. I said, Richard, night one, let's pressure him. Let's see if this guy cracks, okay? He cracks. I'm pretty sure he's Mafia. Let's do it. Stores are crackling. Let's do it. All right? I mean, come on. I have not done anything baseless. Then I say, look, this is not inconsistent with my play. Then I say, third day, right now, we are cool to lynch a quiet person just in case, okay? Because I'm so confident on the first two reads. Like, there's nothing
Right.
inconsistent and nothing Mafia about my play. And like I said, I'm just gonna go for Rob. But like I said, you don't have to believe me on the Rob. But I'm so sure on Rob right now. That's why it's almost infuriating. Like I said, it's
All right.
Rob, Julian, or Sachi, and
Hold on,
Sachi comes
hold on.
out as a fake cop.
Tim,
This is such an easy
Tim, Tim, you're being incredibly long-winded right now. And so the one thing I will agree with you on is that Jordan's the fake cop.
Why?
No, I'm not fake
Oh
cop.
my god, they're both together.
No, we're not
Right?
together.
Like,
Okay,
is
no,
it
no,
not
here's
any
the
more
thing. I
obvious?
checked
This is
Tim
the
Night
worst
3
Mafia
and he
player.
picked up Mafia.
Alan, here's
They've
one.
been-
Alan called out Unctuous as fake cop. There's no way Alan could be
No.
Mafia if he
No.
called out the fake cop.
Look, I
Oh,
checked
no.
Tim.
Hey, shut up, Tim.
Fake cop.
Tim. Peter just came out as cop.
I checked Tim
No.
Night 3 as fake cop. And
Oh,
then,
now we have two cops. Look.
Peter
Peter's
just
now
said
coming out
he
as cop.
checked. Peter just said I just checked Tim Night 3 as fake cop.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did hear that. Okay.
They've been trying to get Rob all game, and when asked if Tim would lynch Peter, he said,
okay,
"I would lynch him, but I'd rather lynch
I'm
Rob."
trying to find out who's who. Who'd you check night 1?
I
Chef.
checked
Chef.
Ryan Night 1,
Clean.
I checked Chef Night 2, I checked Tim Night 3. Like, I'm trying, like, alright,
I mean, I think Peter said I was clean. Let's not be like, oh,
I
he
didn't
said
say
he
you
was
were
fake
clean.
cop.
Mafia.
Peter, how do they all read?
Ryan
I'm
was
actually
clean.
not hearing, so I don't know what they're saying.
Can I just say this? If you were really cop, Peter, you would have came out instantly.
No, I wouldn't have.
Why?
Why would I have come out instantly?
Because if you would have had a Mafia, we could have gone on with that. Because
Wait,
we're
Julian,
we're lynch or
Here's
lose
the
right now,
problem
unless
with
we-
that, though, Julian. Like,
Like,
I'm not
I
trying to defend anybody here. I just want to put all the facts out. There's no medic.
Yeah,
Yes,
but we
but-
just learned
and
from
like-
last game that if the cop doesn't come out when a fake call comes and he claims other mafia, that it fucks the game.
Do you all have a
Like,
what's it called? Samurai sword?
Mafia killed himself. Neil's dead.
Guys, Town wins! Town wins! Everyone come out, Town wins!
Town wins.
Town
Like, I-
wins!
like-
Mafia's dead!
God, the only way this
I
game could be
wasn't going to
better
vote
is
for
if I was the cop.
Julian,
5
if
or
you
10
really
minutes.
believe the Mafia should have came out the first time after they got a check, we are lynching Jordan.
Okay,
Mafia?
so this is what's really weird because
See,
I checked
he just
Tim Night
slipped up
3
right now, nobody
and I
knows.
got Mafia.
Yeah, they're
so
both-
I don't know what
they're both
Jordan
Mafia.
is going on. Like, I don't know what's going on with Jordan right
If
now.
it's night 3, if someone came out as fake cop and we are at lynch or lose, then in your real cop, you should have said no, fuck that guy. I'm real cop. He's Mafia. Then we would have
Well,
gone.
how
on
am I
that.
supposed to get it? Like, how am I supposed to get a word in with Tim shouting over everyone? Like, I don't
He wasn't
actually.
You
shouting
should have
yet.
fucking put your hand up or something like that. I'm just
Like,
more convinced that you
Like
both are
honestly,
Mafia.
like
we move
last time we got into this
We have
huge
two
argument, and all the fuck we were
We have
doing
3
was yelling
options
at each
here.
other.
We're moving this along.
Do we
before
have
Neil
a
actually kills
formal on
himself.
anyone for the love of
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
God?
Formal is on
Tim-
Okay,
Tim.
Tim,
Formal
we're going
score.
to vote on Tim right now, unless
Okay,
anyone
you
has
vote
anything
for
to
me,
say.
you lose.
Does anyone else have anything to say
No,
about
vote for him.
Tim? No. Excellent. We're voting.
Eric,
3,
number 3.
2, 1.
Okay.
Vote on Tim.
Eric.
1,
Formal
2,
and
3,
Jordan.
4, 5 against 3. Tim dies. Everyone go to sleep.
What the fuck?
That took way too long. All right. Okay, everybody wake up except for Jordan and Rob.
Okay,
Oh shit.
I checked Jordan. By the way, he was town.
Wait, isn't there supposed to be one more person? There we go. That's
Alan.
one person.
Well,
Sorry. Why the fuck would he come out if as fake cop if he's
Like-
town?
Because like Jason did like 2 weeks ago, so he could go on Tim.
can we formal on Peter?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
No.
because
No.
Why,
Formal
no,
on
why are
Peter.
we formaling
Peter, give your
Peter? I want to
defense.
hear from him.
Like,
okay.
all I've been doing is trying to stay under the radar, trying to avoid Mafia. Like, if I can draw like some suspicion to myself, then that's fine, right? I won't get killed. Like, I can make checks, right? At this point, all my checks are basically dead. So, like, I have absolutely nothing to offer you.
Let me point out to you that if you were the real cop, you would have died in the night.
Well, if they were
Well,
both town,
I don't agree.
I don't think Jordan has
I-
the balls to do that.
I don't think he was
The
faking.
only way that would have happened is if they're both town. And for some
Did you
reason,
hear him stutter saying that he was town? Like he was like, well, he was town, and definitely I checked him. Like he didn't sound sure of it.
Can
It
we
definitely
talk
would have
about
been
who
like,
was Vigi?
I'm true.
What?
I agree, but
I'm Vigi.
And you
you're
kill.
Vigi?
Who'd you kill?
Who'd
I
you
killed
kill?
Rob.
See? So Mafia obviously believed Jordan, so Peter should die.
Like
I
no,
was, I
like
was
I
hedging
don't.
my bets.
Like this will be the second game in the like this will be the second game where someone's fake cop, but this time I'm actually the real cop.
Alan,
Like,
why
this
didn't you kill Peter?
I didn't kill Peter. What?
Why didn't you?
No,
I was hedging my bets depending on which one was the cop, so I killed Rob.
that makes
wasn't cop.
sense.
What?
He
Like,
was. He
like, I don't
felt
think
Rob
Jordan
was.
oh Jesus.
Okay.
He's basically
Like-
saying he felt Rob was Mafia, and he left it up to the Mafia to show us who the real cop was. It makes sense.
Yes.
I don't think that's the case.
Well, if
I
Jordan
do
would
think
fake,
that's
I
the
don't
case.
think Jordan would fake cop as town. That doesn't.
I think well, like I don't know then. Like I think Mafia are like either making a play like based on last game, you know.
Well, if you read him as town, he would be read as town, not cop. So, I still think the best play here is kill D3.
Yep, formal Peter.
Okay.
D3,
but
do you have any more defense?
I already did that.
do I have
double
a
formal.
formal defense?
Do you have anything else you
Um,
want to say for your defense?
I don't know. Rob could have been the vigilante and shot Jordan, and like they could have killed Rob. I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't think Rob would make that stupid of a move with his
Anyone
Viggy
else have
shot.
anything to say about this? Or are we going to a vote?
I think we're done. Yeah.
Okay, voting in 3, 2, 1, vote.
If you fucked us, Jordan, I'm
All
gonna
right,
be pissed.
Peter's dead. Everyone go to sleep.
I hope you didn't fuck us, Jordan.
Okay. Next. What are we doing now? Okay, everybody wake up except for Julian. Julian is dead.
I think it's Eric Allen. He's been way too strong about defending Tim and Peter. It's basically down to you since you're the Vigi.
Correct.
All I've said
Now is the
basically,
time.
all I've said basically was the possibilities, like I do every single game. So I was not defending anybody. I voted for Peter, and
Well, of course you're going to vote for Peter when it was obvious we're all going to vote for him. I mean, you've played the logical way, but I think you pushed too hard to support them, so I think that you are Mafia. Unless Alan's lying, that would be like fucking pro.
no, I think Alan is town. I think you're.
I am
Mafia.
the proest town, just like last game. Okay.
You were the. Oh, motherfucker, I'm going to stab you. But yeah,
Do we have a formal?
I
Not
formal
yet.
Eric.
Formal on
Don't do
Eric?
it.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Don't do
I
it.
rescind it. I'm going to leave it to Alan. It's up to him. It's
Keep
only
talking.
fair.
Keep talking. Go
Alan.
ahead, people.
Alan, she's doing this, dude. It's not me.
Yeah, okay. You were so strong to support Tim and Peter, and they were obviously Mafia.
When was I strong to support Tim and Peter? I don't.
Are
I
you
don't
kidding me? When Jordan first came out, you're like, no, they're not. They're not. I think that Tim is right, blah, blah, blah. Everything you were jumping on with them.
Where are you coming with this from? You're putting words in my mouth. All I said was that I didn't
I'm
think.
exaggerating possibly, but you were definitely
All
on
I
their
said
side.
that I thought that it wasn't Peter because normally when he stays quiet, he's a role, and I did not want to take a chance having
Yeah,
him.
he was Mafia.
Top. What I'm getting at is a town role. I didn't want to have to take a chance him coming out as a cop when there's no medic.
I think it's pretty obvious which one is Mafia, because I'm generally don't give a fuck, whereas you're obviously really tense. You're sitting up, like you are really putting your time into this.
I'm tense because I don't want to lose 3 games in a row, dude.
Yeah, but I think you were Mafia. I understand not wanting to lose, but you definitely were swinging along with them the whole time.
I don't see any of that. I voted for both of them as Mafia kills.
I know you voted for them. That's just because it's easy to swing with the people when they're voting.
All I know is that Sheth
You
died.
you also disagreed with Alan's logic for who to kill with the Vigi shot when it was like really obvious of who he should have.
One word about Alan's Vigi shot. Not one word. I don't know where you're calling this crap from.
You said that it was unlikely that.
Just listen to her. She's not even. I said nothing about your Vigi shot. I thought that was a good play. Making all this up for no reason. I don't understand.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Alan. I promise you I'm town. Shit, I would have killed you if I were Mafia. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
I definitely would have killed
Formal
Sheth.
Kayla.
All right, formal and Kayla. Kayla, formal
We're gonna
fenced.
lose. I'm town. You're gonna lose the game for us. Eric is definitely Mafia. I'm really sorry, Alan. But I can't really stop you at this point.
Yeah, one way or another,
But-
this game's over.
I'm never Mafia. I'm
Okay.
always town.
Voting in 3, 2, 1, vote.
GG, bros.
Town loses.
Wow,
Seriously?
Alan with the fail
For
play.
fuck's sakes, Alan, you fucked me.
Eric, I love
You fucked me, Alan.
Wow, Alan, wow.
Alan, how did you lose that?
Called
Alan,
it.
you should
That
have
was
just
such an easy
retired
win.
after game 2.
Oh god.
Peter
Alan,
almost fucked us.
This
I'm
is
exhausted.
karma.
Not
This is
America,
karma.
bro. We're never exhausted in America.
For talking shit about how easy it is
Oh
to
my
pick
God,
the
I'm
final
so
person.
tired.
Okay, no. First
Watch
off,
the
guys,
chat,
hold
watch
on.
the chat, watch the chat.
Everyone,
Guys,
no. You guys, we all need to have another discussion here. All right,
Okay.
we need to have another discussion. So this is how my notes go. Okay, first off, where are my notes?
3 seconds into the game. 3 seconds. Into the
3
game.
seconds, so right away, everyone's like, Richard, fuck Richard, we're gonna kill him. And then Shindigs, who is Mafia, by the way, says, Richard, name one person who you think is Mafia. Richard calls it Peter right away.
He
Richard
does.
gets them.
That's
You guys,
because Peter was so
first
obvious.
off, you guys all scapegoated Richard. It's not his fault Mafia or Town lost last game. It's all of your fault. Every single one of you. So don't
Can I just
scapegoat
say
him.
something?
Second, no. I want to go through all this stuff, then you guys can go. Secondly, Julian, when he gets called out, day one still, starts asking for starts getting reads, and he calls out. She starts with Shindigs, and then he calls out a few random townies. Then you guys kill. Richard.
Sure.
Night one,
sorry.
Cop gets a positive Mafia check. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't come out. Cop, your life is worth 1 Mafia, not anymore. Being
Dude,
more than
I
that
had
is
that.
greedy as shit. That's greedy as shit. You come out 1, it's well worth 1 Mafia for 1 town. Chef, back me up on this. One
had
Mafia
that.
for 1 town, totally worth it.
Yeah, especially if you have like one safe.
In a game this small, yeah.
At this
definitely.
point,
No,
sure.
I
Totally worth
liked his play. I liked his play.
Can't believe you didn't believe
No.
me, Alan.
Well,
It-
Kayla, I feel like you were saying things that he didn't say. That's
I
why
did.
I thought it was
I
him.
was greedy, but
The
Alan,
whole
keep on going.
time he
Alan.
was bandwagoning with them.
Yeah.
The whole
Alan.
time.
Stupid play. Stupid
Meanwhile,
Sorry.
later on in day 2, at the very start of day 2, Sheth and Kayla both hit on a bunch of Mafia. You hit some non-Mafia, but you also hit a bunch of Mafia. In the beginning, all your reads are right. By the end of the day, all your reads are fucked up. But in the beginning of the day, you all start out with like perfect reads.
Who
And then
exactly was it? Peter, Tim, Eric?
night 2.
That's it.
Here we go. Not night 0. Night 2. Mafia almost kills Jordan.
We almost killed
Mafia
Jordan.
was like
You
99% on Jordan, and the last minute they're like, no, let's go after Sheth, which is why you come out and get someone killed, because you almost died, Cop.
Yeah, I
Bad
know.
Cop.
It was greedy.
My
but
bad. That's my
was
bad.
so
Eric.
fucking
We
greedy.
won it, Eric. It's fine. It's my bad. It's my bad.
I wanted to go for Jordan 2 nights in a row.
Oh, I had no idea. Wait, did you have a cop read on Jordan or just no?
Oh yeah, well, I had it the whole time. He was the only one that didn't vote for Sheth.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
So
that's
here,
not-
what I wanted to say, I'm not trying to give you guys too much shit, but I'm just trying to, instead of just having Mafia meta before every show, I want to point out some bad plays as we go through it. So hopefully together we can get better. So you guys
Yeah.
don't fucking scapegoat Richard. You killed him out of pure frustration for the previous game. Bad move. Richard called out a Mafia.
Perfect
well
move.
done.
Perfect
Yeah.
move.
Shindig
Yeah.
channeled the anger of that new
Well,
one perfectly.
I think
Where's
Richard,
my Emmy?
Hold on, Richard
I
got
think
You don't know,
that's-
Emmy. I didn't believe you
No,
for a
no,
second. I called you
Richard,
out.
in my opinion, Richard got killed because we were so talking about let's hurry the game up, go fast, go fast.
Yeah.
That's why Richard got killed, not because we wanted to scapegoat
I
him,
knew
but
it.
because
I don't Literally think
No,
killing
because
me.
people
Hang on,
specifically
Richard
said,
didn't.
Richard, you lost the game for Town. People specifically said that sort of thing to him a bunch, which is kind of ridiculous.
No.
Yeah, Richard, I actually didn't mean. I'm so sorry, but it was so easy. It was so easy.
Honestly, whoever we pick on first the first round always ends up dying after like 45 minutes of clusterfuck.
How am I
I'm sorry.
supposed to not like deflect
No, I
from
actually thought your
myself
defense was good.
1
but
minute
I-
into a game?
you-
1 minute
like-
into a game. How do I deflect?
Your defense
No,
was
no, no,
solid.
no, no. Your,
Like,
your
how do I
defense-
not
No, your
deflect?
defense was good. The town was just Reddit, so.
Whoa,
too
I
bad.
didn't vote.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Look,
I don't care.
Sometimes
we
it
got
just
him.
happens.
We got him.
Sometimes it just
Flicking,
happens.
flicking off town and saying "fuck you guys"
Yeah.
and calling that a solid defense is not the same. Like, no.
Like you,
Okay,
you
you're,
literally,
you're accusing me of deflecting, right?
but you sounded
no,
so
listen to
angry
him.
1 minute into the
afterward.
game.
You
Am I
didn't
supposed
bring
to
Can I
say,
say
"Oh, I'm
something, Neil?
town"?
I have my hand
Yeah,
up.
go ahead. You guys can all talk
Well,
now. Everyone talk.
Okay, so Jordan called him out. He's like, I don't, because you checked him first night, right?
I checked Sheth.
You checked Sheth first night.
And he got me second night.
And then I was trying to put it in your guys' head, like, Rob and Tim are not both Mafia, and Tim kept going, and I even said, like, Tim went a little extra hard on that one.
Wait. Who were your checks?
Sheth, and then Tim, and then Peter.
I called Peter.
And then I got the Eric read because
Called
I
it.
held on to my other two reads, right? Because Eric
Yeah.
jumped
He was-
on them a couple
He
times.
was following them the whole time, right? Like every
Yeah,
time.
and that's why I held on a little bit longer. And Neil was calling me out in Skype
Yeah,
chat too.
in Skype chat, I chewed him out for not
Yeah,
coming
me
out. On day 3, when he had 2 checks and he wasn't saying anything, and I got too
Would
pissed
you
off.
guys voted Jordan? Because I felt like there was a case that he was
No.
fake copy because he
No,
did not come
I
out.
never would have listened
No,
to you.
it
Tim.
was
Like,
so
I knew you were
obvious.
Mafia.
I
I-
felt
okay.
like it should have been so
That-
obvious I
that's
was
why I
town
thought
with
the-
how
that's
much
why
I wanted
And-
Peter
really
and
thought
Tim
the
dead.
vigilante
If
play
I-
was
Tim,
stupid.
Tim, I pointed you out, and I pointed Eric out.
I don't know what happened. I don't even
I was
remember.
So-
on Skype, I called Tim Mafia scum, and he cracked the
I
hugest
cracked the
smile
hugest-
ever, dude.
Yeah.
Crack the hugest
I
smile.
saw that. I saw that.
Okay,
And I was like, oh shit.
Mafia,
You
for
guys
those of
wanna
you
know
that
the
might have
final
missed it
decision?
somehow, Mafia was Peter, Eric, and Shindigs. Our cop was Jordan/Sachi, and our vigilante who shot Rob for some fucking
Yeah.
reason was
I
Alan.
didn't like
Alan, that was
Rob.
the
What? I didn't
dumbest
like
play you
Rob.
could
You know what?
have
No one
done.
likes Rob, but that doesn't mean you
I
have to kill
told
him.
you. I told
So,
you.
You
Shindigs
guys want
or
to know
Rob.
why I picked Julian over Alan at the end?
Why?
Good question. Why?
I was originally going to go with Julian, but then I switched to Alan because I remembered that Alan was his go. So I figured like I'd have an easier time convincing him. I figured Julian and Kayla would stick together. Also, I wanted to give Alan payback for last game.
Alan,
This
if you had been
game
paying
led perpetually
attention
the shadow
at
of
all
Mafia.
this game, you would have seen I was obvious town.
No,
the whole
actually,
time.
Kayla,
I
Kayla,
wanted
it's
to
really
kill
hard to
Tim and
remember.
Peter.
It's actually really hard to remember what people like actually did the previous game personally. So I thought that was a really good play from Eric. Like it was all in.
It
It's like
was.
you're either gonna
It
believe me
was.
or not.
I feel like
So-
Caleb
I think
said
Aaron made a
said
really
things
good
that
point.
Eric
I'll
said
see you
that
guys
weren't completely
later.
true.
Bye,
which
Chef.
is why it
Everyone
threw me
All
off.
he did
Bye,
was
Chef. Bye, Chef.
cling
Maybe we
on
can
to
have you on
them.
for Mafia Meta next week.
I feel like you were like
Maybe.
exaggerating what he said like way too much.
You were, Kayla. You were saying so many falsehoods. Like
No,
I'm not.
falsehoods.
every time you were going
Kayla, I
with Peter.
believed you.
Kayla, I believed you. You didn't
I
believe
think
me.
Eric did a really good
Eric-
job though. Like
No,
not selling Eric short.
like Eric was so like, no, fuck this shit. No, he went all Tim about it. Like that's why I was in the
Yeah.
kid. Like,
Yeah,
no, whatever,
Eric
fuck
looked
this shit.
so upset. Like, would I really be just like, what if I
But
were
at the same
Mafia right
time,
then?
Kayla, you were like, okay, whatever, we're gonna lose the game. Like, okay,
Because I knew
let's not
Alan
go-
wasn't gonna
Wait,
pick
wait.
me.
I have another
Your
question.
job to
I have a
convince
question for Alan.
Yeah.
Why did you use your Vigi shot that night? Why didn't you just save it?
It was a
I
good
felt-
time to use it.
Good
I
shot.
felt like there was two competing cops, right? So if
Yeah.
it was, then we killed Tim. And
But
if
it
it
don't
wasn't
kill Rob.
Tim, then I killed Rob just to make sure.
No,
that
no.
we wouldn't
But the
lose.
thing is,
Just to have you
Rob
know.
was innocent.
Right, but
Unless
if-
you were
if
shooting one of the
Tim
cops
was
because you
innocent-
thought one of the cops was, or like if you thought that Jordan was telling the truth, then shooting Peter makes sense because you
Right,
guys
but-
lynched him.
I wasn't sure which one it was at
Yeah.
the time. So
Yeah.
if
You
it
should've
wasn't
saved your
Tim, then
shot.
it was probably Rob. That's why.
But I think you
No.
should have held off your shot though, because
Should've
it didn't
held it.
change. Well, it kind of screwed town. I feel.
I knew Shindigs was Mafia when he was clinging on to the Rob is definitely Mafia thing, and he just was making no sense. He was
It was-
making no sense, and I called it
Sick-
out. And then
sick
Peter was
card.
like,
Sick
it-
card
it's-
to play.
I think it loses a lot of value after this game because
Oh
you
yeah, I
finally got
fucking
leverage.
burned that card.
Yeah, it
gone.
finally got
Yeah.
finally.
And
I
I
think-
think that Alan did really well, and Tim made it really obvious by just going so hard. I didn't want to be that person that was like, "Yo, fuck Tim," because then he would have gone on me really quickly.
I
That's
did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just feel like the shot was not useful.
It was a shitty shot, Store.
Well, if it wasn't Tim, it was for sure
Like,
Rob.
the,
Like,
the final pick was hard. The vid shot I disagree with, but
Yeah, but
Like,
like,
I
what
don't
they're
think the
saying
vid
on
should've
is
shot
that you could have
Pierce.
waited one more round, right?
I could have, but
it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's
they
coulda,
almost
shoulda,
he almost
woulda.
killed you, right?
Think
Like,
about it this way, Alan. If we would have saved Rob, right? Like, so if you would have used it on D3 and we knew one of them was going to kill either way,
Mhm.
we were going to lose a cop regardless.
right.
what do you guys think
So
about
you're better
Alan?
off shooting the other one.
Well, I feel like there would just be 4 people at the end, and it wouldn't have mattered
It
that
coulda,
much.
shoulda, woulda. I don't fault him for it. He did what he thought was right.
Like Eric said, he almost killed Alan, anyways, right? On the last day.
Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly speak over Mafia for a moment. In a few minutes, I'm going to keep streaming some StarCraft or something, and we're probably going to do some fun things with StarCraft and drinking and whatnot. We're going to let this conversation continue out, so I'm going to hop back into that, but stick around if you want to do some fun stuff with me. Okay.
Like, nobody knows your vids, that's one thing, but then you can claim it. I know you can't really prove it at that point, but
Well, Julian, what would have you done if it was you, Kayla, Eric, and Rob at the end?
I would have gone with Kayla and Rob as opposed to Eric.
I felt Eric was
I
really
trusted Rob from the
obvious.
beginning, and I trusted Kayla from the beginning.
Yeah, I had that.
And
I know
and
you guys always think I'm Mafia, but I think
I always trust Eric, but at the beginning
know
of
if
this
anyone
game, he was
thinks you're
playing
Mafia,
completely
Kayla.
different.
I would have
Chat
voted
wise.
with Kayla if I was in Alan's position. Okay, I mean 20's 20, but like I was so scared because Kayla was so convincing in my mind. I was like, oh shit.
I don't feel like she was that
Yeah, I thought-
convincing. Like, she didn't really give a fuck.
Wasn't. The thing is,
But that's
like,
how she is. That's how I read her. It's
That's
like
yeah,
she
so
doesn't give a
it's
fuck about this
hard.
town.
Like,
I thought you did well, but apparently you didn't think so. So
It's fine. Different
Yeah.
reads.
yeah.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
the cop
Bruce
the
Wayne.
cop made a really good call on Eric as well, but nobody picked up on that.
Yeah.
Well, you did, but
They did, but
the town did not as collectively as a whole.
kind of went went in one ear and out the other almost.
like Peter and Tim were so obvious because Peter just literally followed Tim, and then Eric would just kind of like be like, "Yeah, what
That's
they
what I'm
said."
saying.
I didn't
So,
really have
well,
a plan this game. Like
I thought there was
really,
a 4th Mafia. That's why I was confused. I didn't
I
realize
think
there
what
was
Tom
only 3.
could have done
I think
before killing Peter, before you guys voted to kill Peter, you guys should have decided what to do the next day. And I
Yeah,
think
you should've.
between Kayla, Julian, and Alan, you guys would have came to the decision that it would be Eric, because one of you guys would be dead the next day, and then it would be pretty obvious. But
Okay,
not-
guys, I think I'm going to kill the stream unless you guys want to keep talking about this on stream.
I'm developing some secret mafia claim tech, but I had to bust that out early, so it was awful.
Yeah, that was good. It was good.
I mean, like
I
you
felt
know.
like your cop claim was bad.
No,
You shouldn't have
no,
called
it
me
was bad.
town
Really
though.
bad.
It was hard. That was hard.
Oh no! Actually, that's the point of it. Like, if I call a mafia teammate out and a town person down, like, what the fuck is going on, right? Like, I feel like that's beneficial for mafia.
And it was
Like,
good that you drew
you're
back on the Jason thing too. Like that was.
like
I
Peter's
thought
claim
that
for
sealed it.
Peter's claim for cop, like, while it was kind of weak, it was against Jordan, and I would say out of anybody that was in the game at the current situation, I don't think Jordan would be the least likely person to be fake claiming at that point.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Well,
the
here's
thing
the-
is we were night 3. He had already called 2 Mafia, and instead of saying something along the lines of no, I'm cop immediately, as soon as he said
Yeah,
no, I'm
I
cop,
hated that. Like,
he
you get
waited
to
like
Mafia,
5-6
why wouldn't
minutes
you
before
come
that was
out like,
claimed.
right away?
And we're
Like-
going into the theory
But
that
like even if Peter did come out
Honestly-
like right away, I think you guys still would have came to the correct decision that Jordan was telling the truth and Tim and Peter were Mafia.
that also goes to the fact that
Like,
when you killed
honestly,
someone
my
else,
problem with that is that, like, my balls are not big. Like, they're pretty big right now, but
Yeah, I mean,
I hope this isn't going on.
But
stream
like if I
anymore.
was the real cop
It
and I
is.
had claimed,
It
Oh
is.
shit.
This is
you know,
still
if I
being
was the real
streamed.
cop and I claimed and Peter fake claimed, right after me, that'd be a toss up. You guys probably would lynch me because I fake claim all the time.
Yeah.
it's all playstyle too.
when Peter
Alright.
claimed and like Jordan was still alive, usually when you're the cop and the other guy is the cop, you want to call them Mafia, and then they go, Peter, who did you check? And you go, I checked Jordan, he was, and then you had a moment there because usually you want to say he's Mafia, but you had to say he was town because he was killed, so that kind of like gave it away.
Oh
a
no,
little
that,
bit,
that
too.
well that was intentional. I was gonna say he was kind of wrong.
Yeah, because then he tied it back to
Pause,
Jason doing the
like,
town
the pause
thing.
was
Right?
unintentional. Like I actually did not want to say he was Mafia at all. Like that was not part of the plan. But
I feel like the games this week were pretty decent.
they were okay.
Obviously,
Shut
the other
up!
one
No,
was
shut the fuck up!
excruciating.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, Jesus
It was
Christ.
it was better games than last week for sure.
So,
Yeah.
Alan, how does it feel
Oh.
to be in the position my old shoes? How does it feel, man?
I'm not there yet. Next week, if I screw up again, then we talk
We
about it.
needed Carlton's consulting on how to pick two people.
Yeah, I fucking.
Yeah,
I was like,
talk to
damn it, they're making me.
Carlton. He
They're
is
making me
great
Carlton.
consulting.
I was like, oh.
Carlton's
At least I didn't claim medic this game. That would have been funny.
I think the big thing to take away was probably hold off on the vid shot and talk before you kill Peter. Like killing Peter was the obvious kill that you guys were gonna do, but like what happens next day? That should have been talked about. Since Julian obviously had a very key notion on who should die. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was clean.
I think we were all like
Yeah, yeah.
hunting for blood at that point. We were all just like, we want this motherfucker dead.
Ooh, that was so fun. Was like, oh guys, let's kill Richard.
How mad were you, Tim?
Damn, he's so happy now, but he hated last game.
Oh, I don't care.
Last game, the
Tim
previous
was-
game, is just
Delicious.
It was just
Fun that
frustrating.
game. That's kind of why I was just like, I knew in the end, like,
I was so scared when you called Peter out. I'm like, Peter, shit, he's so tired. Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
It's over. And then they're like trying, and then Eric was left. I'm like, shit, Eric was blinking like 10,000 times this game. No.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to kill the stream for this,
good
and
game,
I'm going to
guys.
go
Good
do
GGs.
streaming some StarCraft stuff and drinking myself silly because this was just a ridiculous night.
Yeah, it was.
Drinking.
I
wish I brought
agree.
alcohol.
This was just
Drinks
awful.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Wave goodbye to chat, guys. Wave goodbye to
Oh,
chat.
Neil, you need to host a cop session.
Yeah, we already had a Mafia meta on cops. We'll do it again. Okay. Good
We should
night.
do another one. We should do.
Bye.
We should
We'll
do
do
one
a
on
lot.
fake cops.
We'll do a lot. Okay. We'll do a lot. Okay. You guys are clear.